Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe down below. In this video, we're going to be talking about the cons of social media, like how it affects our mental health and our body image, and just how deceiving the social media is. Now, I really think that it's a lot bigger problem than what we talk about. Whenever you go on Instagram and you scroll, you're seeing these images that are just not real. And I did not know how often Facetune was actually used and Photoshop was actually used. In my head, that was always something that like celebrities use, people with a lot of followers, like hundreds of thousands and millions of followers. But I didn't think like the average everyday person was constantly using it. And when I found this out when I was doing this research, that was like pivotal for me, because like every teenage girl in the world, when I was a teenager, I would compare myself to people on social media all the time. Celebrities, everyday people, like just other YouTubers, like Instagram models, like everybody on social media, you know, and I always be like how do they look so perfect? You know, like they never look bad, their skin's always perfect, their makeup is always perfect, like their body is like weirdly like perfect, like everything is just perfect when you look at social media. And let's be honest, the body image, the ideal body image is so realistic. Like come on, a super tiny, so I have my notebook in my hand so I can kind of follow along, you know. But like this super itty bitty tiny waist with this big huge hips, big butt, that like I say huge, is like way too big for a girl that is that small. Like that's just unrealistic. Like there's no way you can be this tiny petite girl and just naturally have that big of a butt and that much hips and then have a big chest and then the rest of your body is just tiny. Do you see what I'm saying? Like how many people in real life do you know that look like that? How many people in your life have the perfect body and they look perfect literally all the time, never had a bad day, never had a pimple, outfit was perfect? Nobody. There's nobody out there that is perfect. And the thing is when we're getting on social media, whether we realize we're doing it or not, we're comparing ourselves to something that's just fake. It's like the Kardashians. The reason they look like that is because, and no shade, I mean, you spend your money however you want, I mean, that's perfectly fine. But the reality of it is, the fact is, they look the way that they do because they have the money. They have the money to get lip fillers. They have the money to get their butt done and I forgot what it's called, but do the surgery that makes your tummy super flat and get boob jobs and plastic surgery, and then on top of that, still editing their photos and retouching them. You're not gonna naturally look like that. That is so unreal, and I think that's so toxic because we beat ourselves up for being ourselves, for being natural, for being normal. And if we saw what these people look like in their actual everyday life away from the cameras, it would be totally different. And I actually found this page on Instagram. It's called False Beauty, and I'm going to be showing you guys a couple of these posts, and I'm going to go over them and review them and react to them with you, because I haven't really looked at the page too much. I have a little bit, but when I look at these photos, it's like really eye-opening, because it's like these celebrities, these people that are perfect, they're everyday people. They're not ugly at all. They just look average, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm not trying to sound mean, but they look like somebody that I would see when I go to the grocery store or the library or class or what have you. So let's review that real quick. Our stitch called Beauty Falls. Let's see if I can get this to zoom in. I don't know why. I haven't figured that part of my camera out yet, so excuse me. But let's look at the first one. I'm going to go ahead and screenshot this so I can put it in the video. Oh my, like it just, that's so crazy. Like, okay, let me screen record this real quick, okay? It's so crazy to me because like this butt right here doesn't look like a bad butt. Like, I don't know, I'm not like a butt critic, but it just looks like a normal butt, like a good normal butt, if that makes sense. And then right here, it's just looks like a balloon. I don't know how to like describe it, but I have never seen anyone have a butt that looks like that. It's so crazy to me. Oh my god. And then like when you look at like her hourglass figure, like this is what I'm talking about. This is the right here, the one where she's wearing the half jacket and the thong is the realistic one. You see she has a little bit of a tummy right here. Still very attractive to me. I think it's attractive. She has hips, but it's like realistic looking. It's proportioned in a way that looks natural. And then the other one where she's wearing the shorts and the crop top, it just, like something about it just, it's not natural, you know? Like your hips, your tummy is not gonna go in like this and then like this. Like that's not normal. It's not real. But a young girl who doesn't know this yet, who hasn't learned these things, doesn't know that, and she's gonna compare herself to the first photos. She's gonna compare herself to the edited ones, the ones that are retouched and done. And I think that that's a huge problem because it's gonna create a lot of problems with mental health and self-confidence. And it's just another thing that a lot of people don't think about is guys that are looking at these have unrealistic expectations, and it makes it even worse because when guys start dating or they get girlfriend or whatever, they have this expectation like this perfect girl. And I think that's where a lot of like toxic relationships can play a part in toxic relationships, you know, because a guy can be like, oh, why don't you look like this? Why don't you look like this? Oh, I only want a girl who looks like this. And in all reality, nobody looks like that in real life. I actually, funny story, dated somebody a long time ago who would compare me to this girl on social media who was very clearly and obviously editing her photos, but he would question me how I needed to look like her edited photos, but in my everyday, day-to-day, real life. I'm going to screen record this one again. I guess we can look at this. I don't know, that's not really... Okay, this is a good one. Oh my god, yeah, you see like how it's like, the second photo is a proportioned body. It's an evenly proportioned body, but in the first one, there's no way. Like, I actually have a tutorial. See, like right here, this is what I'm talking about. The second photo looks good. The first one is just fake. I'm gonna end that right there. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, okay. I actually have a video that I want to share with you guys. It's kind of like a sneak peek into like the process of getting a photo when they take pictures of models. So it starts with her at the very beginning and they put makeup on her and everything to take the photo, and then it shows you like the process of them editing it. It's just so crazy to me when I watch that video, because it's like, she doesn't even look like that picture. Like, the girl in the picture doesn't look like the girl in the picture, if that makes sense. So how are you, when you're not even that person, how are you gonna look like their edited photo when they don't even look like their edited photo? And I really think it's harmful, not only for the people who are seeing this stuff and they don't know it's fake, but it's also harmful for the people in the photos who do know it's fake, because they obviously hold themselves up to that standard. When they see themselves in real life and they're like, wow, like, I don't look like this, but I want to look like this in real life. And that's where a lot of girls start getting surgeries and so forth. And it's actually a very common thing when you look it up. There's all the vlogs and stuff of people talking about going to get surgery. The other part of social media that I really want to talk about is not so much the beauty side, but it's more like the other general broad thing of social media, and that's like, it can be very addicting, very easily addicting. You can just scroll through for hours a day. I mean, if you have nothing to do, it's so easy to just get on your phone and scroll, and then you realize hours have gone by. And what are you usually doing when you're scrolling? It's very easy to compare yourself to other people. It's like when you see them doing something that you want to do, you're like, wow, like, they're in a new country every single day and I'm just living an average life. Or like people who are always posting about how they're going out and so forth. Like, wow, their life is so much more fun than mine. But in all reality, they're probably exhausted from partying, they're barely getting through the day at work, or whatever may be going on. So we compare our lives to other people. We compare our everyday life to somebody else's highlight reel, the things that they want you to see. And I do think that that can be a big problem, as well as the cyberbullying that can go into it. People won't say things to your face, but they sure as heck will say it to you online. And it's like, you wouldn't even be ballsy enough to walk up to my face and say that. So why would you say it to me on the internet when you're locked in your house, saying it behind a computer screen? You know what I'm saying? I think people take what people tell them over the internet way too seriously. And let me tell you something. If you're watching this and you've experienced cyberbullying, or you're going through it right now, those people are so weak. Like, think about it. They could be doing anything right now. They could be going to the park, or going out with their friends, or watching a funny movie, or going for, I don't know, they could be doing anything. But instead, they're sitting there on their phone, on their laptop, whatever, messaging you hateful things like, why sis, or bro, who's ever is messing with you online. Like, I've come to the point where it's like, if you message me something nasty on the internet, like, I'm gonna think it's funny. It's like, why are you just literally typing on a keyboard? You don't have the guts to say it to my face. And that's what you guys gotta remember. These people are weak and powerless, because if they're really, like, had any kind of power, any kind of security in themselves, if they truly had a problem with you, they would tell you in person, like, hey, like, I don't like the way you're saying this. Hey, I don't like the way you're doing that. Hey, I feel like you're stepping boundaries, or whatever their problem is with you. And if the problem is not important enough for them to confront you, they're probably just weak and insecure and just simply wanting to bully somebody just for the fact that they can feel good about themselves, which is so sad when you think about it. Like, I feel bad for you that you have to gather up all this hateful energy in yourself and then put it out there, and that makes you feel better, you know? I feel like The biggest way we can combat cyberbullying, and I think it's the biggest when people are in their preteens and when they're teenagers because they care more. When you graduate high school, I mean, some people still seem to really care about what people think. And that's okay. I'm not shaming those people at all. Everybody grows up differently. But a lot of us tend to not care. And I think we should not focus on anti-bullying so much, like, hey, don't bully, because bullies are going to be a bully because that's who they are. They're weak and they need somebody to try and push around so they can feel better. It's not going to stop just because somebody tells them to. But we should focus more on, like, how to handle it. You know, how to laugh at those people. How to respond. How to just brush it off and just see that these people are just so, I don't know. They just want to feel like this superior feeling. And that's so toxic. That's so ugly when you think about it. And one of the other things that I want to talk about, this video is just kind of like a general, like, what I think about social media. I do think I will make separate videos going into each topic a little bit deeper. But one of the other things that I really have a problem with when it comes to social media, not like something that I struggle with, but something that I don't like about it, is that it does negatively impact people's health. Think about it. You're sitting on your butt for hours every single day, just on your phone. That cannot be good for your health. I mean, it's not good for your eyes, it's not good for your psychology and your mental health, it's not good for your physical health. Like, you just gotta use this thing in moderation. And if you do feel like it's a problem, it's so wonderful to take a detox. I have deleted a couple apps off my phone. Snapchat, I only get on there to post like an announcement, delete the app, and just go about my day. The same thing with Facebook. I deleted the app off my phone. I'll occasionally get on there to post something important and then log right back off because I genuinely don't like those apps. I don't get anything positive out of them. It's a lot of drama on those apps. It's just a negative. Even when I do scroll and there's nothing negative on my timeline and nothing negative going on, I just feel kind of weird after I get off. And I don't know what it is. I just don't like those apps at all. I do use Instagram. I do like Instagram because I feel like it's a lot easier to control what's in your news feed. You can follow specific hashtags and only see hashtags for like hashtag salad, hashtag running, hashtag Netflix. I don't know, whatever it is that you like, you can make it to where you only see that in your timeline. As opposed to Facebook, you're seeing what all your friends are posting, what they're doing. If they have an opinion that's completely different than yours, you're going to hear about that. And you may kind of feel this weird tension between your friends and you because it's like they're posting something that's completely opposite to what you believe in, and it may be a really big thing. And I do think that can affect a lot of friendships in such a negative way and pull people apart. Now, I do believe there are positive things to social media. You can connect with people all across the world and learn wonderful, amazing things about them. It can be used for learning new things and exposing yourself and putting yourself out there and building a name for yourself and being an entrepreneur. I think social media is beautiful. You just gotta be careful how you use it, you know? Well, I hope you guys liked this video. If you have any ideas about anything you'd want me to cover or give advice on, research or anything, any ideas you guys have, comment down below. You can also message me on Instagram at itsKels. Don't forget to like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and subscribe down below.